You want to be a 1% man or a 99% dweeb? Make a decision. We all have 24. If you have kids, it doesn't matter. If you work a job, it doesn't matter. Momentum is more stronger than motivation and discipline. Why, Cry? Because it's a combination of both. Oh, I'm going to do this year. My nigga, what the fuck are you going to do today? Car could break down. My boss could get on my nerves. I'm still going to get it done. Motherfuckers say we're doing too much. I can assure you it's because they're not doing enough. I need to know every single metric. I need to know every single barrier on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis where I am so I can improve, and become the man that I want to be. Are you really locked in? Are you really on your grind? Or are you all fucking talk? YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Cry. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms at I Am Cry. Today we got a great one! Today's topic is structure. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You only get one of these motherfuckers, and you must take it one day at a time, doing everything to achieve the long-term standard. Because one thing you must understand, I'm gonna keep saying it, when you win days, you win weeks. When you win weeks, you win months. When you win months, you win years. But it's the same vice versa. When you lose days, you will lose weeks. When you lose weeks, you will lose months. When you lose months, you will lose a year. And those years will compound and you will be 80. Like, what the fuck? Where did my life go? I had all these standards. I had all these goals. I saw all these people on social media of the life that I wanted to achieve. I told my mom I was going to retire. I wanted to get my dream car. I wanted to get my dream chick, right? I wanted to get that big crib. Why didn't I do it? Why? It's because you lack structure, right? And it's a mistake I used to make. I used to freestyle my life. I used to wake up and whatever the fuck I felt like doing, I did it. And that's why I was a 99% dweeb. That's why chicks were playing me to the left. That's why I was unconfident. That's why I was bitter. That's why I was depressed. That's why I was not achieving any of my standards, because I was freestyling my life. I didn't have any structure. I didn't have any systems. I was relying on motivation instead of creating a system to make discipline easy, reducing the friction from the things that I needed to do and increasing the friction of the things I didn't need to do to make me into the man I wanted to be, to adopt the identity of the 1% man that I wanted to be. But once I implemented structure, ball game. Successful people stick to schedules and routines. Unsuccessful people make excuses and let life get in the way. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be a winner or you want to be a loser? You want to be a 1% man or a 99% dweeb? Make a decision, but it all will align with the structure. I can assure you, the daily tiny battles will define your future. A lot of times we get so caught up, oh, I'm going to do this year. My nigga, what the fuck are you going to do today to make sure that you get that this year, right? But you can't win the daily tiny battles, brother, unless you have some structure, unless you have a system. Don't blame your distractions. Just improve your focus and have a system that you can rely on. McDonald's doesn't wake up and say, oh, today we're going to order our burgers, and maybe then we'll order our ice cream, and then we're going to serve this customer that. No! They have structure. That's why any person, I don't care if they're orange, black, blue, or green, they can run a McDonald's franchise. Same thing with the fucking house. They don't say, oh, we'll put the floors in today. Oh, we'll build the walls tomorrow. I don't know where we'll put the couch. I don't know where we'll put the refrigerator. No! They know exactly where everything goes. That's why they're able to build a house so fast. Why not take that same mindset with your life? So today, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to go through step by step on how to build structure with your life and become that 1% man immediately. So without further ado, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into it. First thing we're going to cover is the time management myth, right? Oh, Cry, I got kids. I don't have time to go to the gym. I work 12-hour shifts. I don't have time to track my macros. I have to drive to and from work. I don't have time to do deep work. Holy fuck! You 99% dweeb. There are 168 hours in a week, right? So for you dweebs in the back, grab your pens and your pencils. Let's break it down. Hey Siri, how much time does the average man spend a week working? Hey Siri, how much time does the average man spend a week commuting to work? 10 hours, right? Hey Siri, how much time does the average man spend sleeping? 56 hours. A lot of you dweebs are not waking up early like you're supposed to, seeking pain. You have to get 8 hours of sleep. So this is for you motherfuckers. Hey Siri, how much time does the average 99% fat fuck or the 99% skinny dweeb spend a day eating? 14 hours. Hey Siri, how much time does the average man spend washing up, showering, and grooming? Hour a day. Cry. I got kids. I gotta take care of my kids. I can't go to the gym. Hey Siri, how much time does the average man spend with his kids on a week-to-week basis? 14 hours a week. Hey Siri, for the 30% of my viewers that do go to the gym, how many hours a week does it take them? 7 hours. 1 hour a fucking day. Okay, Cry, but I still gotta do laundry and I gotta clean. Hey Siri, how much time does the average man spend a week cleaning? 6 hours. Hey Siri, add up these motherfucking hours so I can break down to these motherfuckers that they have the time. This is 154 hours. When we do 168 minus 154, that is 14 hours. Hey Siri, break down 14 divided by 7. You got 2 fucking hours a day, nigga. You got 2 hours a day, 14 hours a week, and you talk about you don't got time to go to the gym? You talk about you don't got time to do your deep work? You talk about you ain't got time to track your macros? You talking about that you ain't got time to be the best man that you could fucking be? Be that 1% man? Get to that tier 1? I'm sick of hearing the excuses. You have the time. We all get 24 hours. You wanna know what the motherfucking issue is? You spending that time bullshitting. So let's break down the bullshit as well for y'all motherfuckers in the back. Not playing with y'all niggas today, man. Let's break down the bullshit. Hey Siri, how much time does the average 99% dweeb spend consuming entertainment? 3 hours. Hey Siri, how much time does the 99% average dweeb spend on social media? 3 hours. Oh, I just gotta hang with the guys. I gotta go to the bar and hang out. I have to have a social life even though I'm a tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 dweeb. Hey Siri, how much time does that motherfucker spend with his friends on a week-to-week basis? 1.5. Okay, Cry, but you want me to be a lonely dweeb? I can't have a girlfriend. I can't have a chick. Hey Siri, how much time does this tier 3, tier 4, tier 2 motherfucker spend with this chick? Or spend chasing these chicks? Or spend dating these chicks on a day-to-day basis? Please provide for me the hourly amount. 2 hours. Hey Siri, these dweebs don't want to just go kick it with their friends. They want to text and talk on the phone with them as well. Could you please provide the hourly amount for that? 1.5 hours. Hey Siri, I got some dweebs in the fucking back that drink and smoke, even though they're not the man that they want to be. Can you please break down how much time you spend on a week-to-week basis doing these dumbass things? Weed, alcohol, 2.5 hours a day. 2.5. Right? Hey Siri, can you add these numbers up? Can you total it for me? 14! So the same way that I just broke down that you have 14 hours a week and 2 hours per day to become the man that you want to be, now we can see where the fuck you're spending it because it's the exact time frame that you spend doing these things. Let it sink in. I hope you motherfuckers aren't doing any of these things, but I can bet my motherfucking life savings that 99% of you guys are doing at least one. And it's probably, and it may be even a few of you guys that's doing all of them. And you wonder why you are stuck in the same spot. You wonder why every time December comes, you say you're gonna be this 1% man. And then come May, you fall off. Then come May, you fold. Then you're still in the same spot. You're still fat, you still aren't confident, you're still bitter, you're still broke, you're still not the man you wanna be, you still can't attract the chicks that you want, your character is ass, your relationship with God is ass, you're overlooked because you will not put the work in. Why would you put the work in? You make the wrong choices. We all get 24. I just broke the shit down, my nigga. We all get 24, but you choose to make the wrong decisions within those 2-hour margins to become the man that you want to be. That's why it is so important to create a structure, to increase friction between doing the bullshit and increase friction from doing the shit that's gonna move the needle forward for you as a man. We all have 24. If you have kids, it doesn't matter. If you work a job, it doesn't matter. If you have a chick, it doesn't matter. If you have friends, it doesn't matter. Everybody has those things. What are you gonna do to separate yourself as a man? Figure it out, because time is running out. We only get one of these motherfuckers. Time is moving fast. Lock the fuck in before you run out. Lock the fuck in. Second component that we're gonna cover in regards to structure is non-negotiables, right? In 1A, all of my brothers utilize a tool called the power list. And this is a list of non-negotiables that must get complete on a day-to-day basis to make them the man that they wanna be. High leverage tasks that is gonna make them the man that they wanna be. High leverage tasks that is gonna make failure impossible, if not if. Fuck if. Come on! When they complete them on a day-to-day basis. I tell my brothers, I don't give a fuck if it's COVID-20. I don't give a fuck if Diddy is found innocent. I don't give a fuck if Tupac faked his death. These must get done on a day-to-day basis regardless of what's going on. So fellas, I want you to ask yourself, what the fuck do you want to be? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to maximize your 9 to 5? Do you want to get in shape, right? Do you want to have higher quality chicks? Okay, what is a high leverage task that you need to complete on a day-to-day basis? Task that must get done, figure it out, write it out, and do it. For an example, when I started my journey in the beginning, when I was a skinny dweeb, and I first started my transformation, my non-negotiables were hit the gym, hit my macros, read 10 pages, and do an hour of deep work. I knew if I did those 4 things, I'll become the man that I wanted to be. I knew I was gonna be able to get in shape. I knew I was gonna improve my intellect with reading. I knew that I was going to be able to expand my business within that deep work session. So I knew if I did those 4 things, I was fine. I don't give a fuck what was going on. My car could break down. My boss could get on my nerves. I could be sick. I'm still going to get it done. So what does that look like for you? I'll put an example on the screen of my brother Corey. My brother Corey is 27, right? Purpose-driven man, looking to get down to 14% body fat. His power list has changed because we were able to find him a job. But before he had the job, it was to train, hit macros, apply to 15 jobs, follow up with the 15 jobs from the days prior, and do 8 interview flows to prepare for the interviews. Completing these tasks on a day-to-day basis allowed my brother to get a $10,000 increase within a month of being in 1A.
My name is Corey. I'm just going to give you a rundown of 1A and then my experience working with Cry. I worked with them, let's say, a little over a month. One of the goals was to get out of the job that I was in. Me just working in IT, my goal was to get into cybersecurity, and we accomplished that. And I was able to do over between 10 to 20 grand of what I was at my last job. I would say I'd recommend it. Only thing I would say is just be ready to work, put in the work, and be consistent. Cry, he's available pretty much 24 hours. Even if you miss a call or miss a text, he'll always make an effort to get back to you. But he's definitely going to hold you accountable and challenge you. If you're not interested in pushing yourself, improving, and pushing yourself beyond your expectations, then it may not be for you. But if you're ambitious, goal-oriented, and want to be the best version of yourself, then this is the program for you.
Okay, Cry, you're talking to the grown man. I'm a younger guy. I'm in school. Like, what should my power list consist of? Slow down! Relax! I'll put my brother Jonathan's power list on the fucking screen. Jonathan is 20. He's pursuing e-commerce and he's in school. Not only will he maximize his e-commerce business, but he also is looking to pack on 10 pounds of muscle. Right? Since Jonathan is not working a 9 to 5, he has much more time to focus on his business. So Jonathan's power list consists of train, hit macros, 4 hours of deep work, and 30 minutes max on YouTube. Right? So he's not over consuming. He's able to consume what he needs to consume and apply it. A lot of y'all motherfuckers be caught in a gulag. You consume. You watch all my videos, but don't apply anything to become the man you want to be. I make sure that my brother doesn't do that. Brother, you get 30 minutes max. Watch one of my videos, watch Andrew Tate's videos, or study somebody within your field and get right back to fucking work. We went even deeper and got more specific with what exactly he was doing in his deep work sessions. I said, Jonathan, what are the top 2 highest leverage tasks within e-commerce that will guarantee that you hit your standard? Market research and creating ads. Not only are we making sure that Jonathan is doing 4 hours of deep work per day, but we're also making sure that the majority of those hours are on those 2 high leverage components. There are other tasks that are important that Jonathan focuses on within those 4 hours, but the most 2 important that we make sure he spends the most time on are product research and ads, because these are the high leverage tasks within those deep work sessions that are gonna guarantee to make failure impossible. The third component we're gonna speak about in regards to structure is eat the frog, right? Cry, what the fuck does that mean? Relax, I'm getting there. If you had dinner and a frog, which would you eat first? I hope that you said the frog. That way you can eat dinner last and go to sleep with a good taste in your mouth. It is the same thing with high leverage tasks. You need to figure out what is the hardest task, whether it's cognitively or physically, and do that task first thing in the morning. Because you must understand, the same way that your brain works is the same way that your body works, right? When I go to the gym and I do leg day, I knock out squats first because I know that it's the hardest exercise I'm going to have to do on leg day, because I'm not being a 99% dweeb. I'm being a 1% man, and I'm pushing 315 for 12. So I make sure I knock it out first, right? That way I'm not tired and I'm not doing it at the end of my workout when my body is fatigued. I'm doing it when I'm fresh. It's the same thing cognitively, right? The reason that you fucking suck at deep work is because you're doing it at night after work. The reason that your gym sessions are ass is because you're doing it after work. So what is the hardest task for you that you just hate doing? 9 times out of 10, whatever you hate doing is the highest leverage task. You need to do that right in the morning. Knock it out. Because one thing you must understand, that's going to make your day so much more smooth sailing. And not only that, but you're going to have the momentum to build off that major win in the morning to dominate the rest of the motherfucking day. The final and most important component of structure that a lot of motherfuckers don't do, and that's why a lot of motherfuckers are 99% dweebs, is analysis. Right? A lot of motherfuckers have a flawed perception of the progress. Oh, I think I tracked my macros 4 times last week. I think I hit the gym 2 times last week. I think I did those exercises. I think I did 2 hours of deep work. No! We're not going to leave it to chance. We're going to know every single metric. When motherfuckers say we're doing too much, I can assure you it's because they're not doing enough. But them not doing enough is going to be the quantifier that is going to make them a 99% dweeb for the rest of their fucking life. I don't want to leave it to chance. I need to know every single metric. I need to know every single barrier on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis where I am, so I can improve, and become the man that I want to be. But a lot of motherfuckers don't want to do that, right? They know, oh, how many attributes does my mind player have? Oh, how long did I last when I was fucking this chick? But they don't know the components that's gonna make them a 1% man. And that's why 99% of you motherfuckers will remain mediocre, will remain average, and be on your deathbed living with regret. I refuse, and my brothers refuse, because I make it impossible for them to fail. When you don't have some type of analysis, this will also increase the probability that you quit, because as human beings, we love results. But the problem is we focus on the wrong ones. We focus on the output results. I want 1 million subscribers. How about you focus on the input results? How many videos did you post this week to get 1 million subscribers? And you can't focus on the input results if you do not do analysis. When you see over the course of days, when you see over the course of weeks, when you see over the course of months that you have completed everything on that power list, you have the special recipe that I call momentum. And momentum is more stronger than motivation and discipline. Why, Cry? Because it's a combination of both. Right? You're motivated because you see the progress on a week-to-week basis, like, damn, I'm doing this shit. And you also see the discipline that it took to get there, and knowing that you ain't fold, no matter what was going on throughout the day, you see it. Momentum, momentum, momentum. But you cannot have momentum unless you have an analysis. Okay, Cry, I get it. But how do you do that? Relax. I'm getting there. I will put an example of my brother Anderson on the screen. As you can see, Anderson's power list is huge. A lot of y'all motherfuckers can't even focus on hitting your macros and going to the gym, let alone doing the shit that my brother is doing. Anderson is not trying to be a 99% dweeb. And fuck trying, he's not trying to be a 1% man either. He will be, because he completes these non-negotiables on a day-to-day basis. So as you can see, on a day-to-day basis, Anderson checks off all of those bubbles under the power list, and then he goes to the weekly analysis and checks off Monday, right? Then at the end of the week, he will go to the monthly analysis and write out how many days out of that week he completed everything on that power list. And as you can see, In Anderson's first month in 1% Academy, with all of that fucking work on his power list, he completed 22 out of 28 days in his first month. This motherfucker has 8 non-negotiables and has a 78% completion rate. He runs towards the motherfucking pain. He loves the grind. He loves the process, and he focuses on one day at a time. That is why my brother is not smoking weed anymore. That is why my brother is down 30 pounds. That is why he's being consistent with his YouTube and he's about to blow the fuck up. Because he can see his progress. He can see the analysis. He has the momentum. So now I can say, Anderson, you got a 78% your first month. Can we get that motherfucker to 82 the second? Can we get that motherfucker to 90 the third? Can we get that motherfucker to 100 by the time you leave 1A? Can we? Not can we will. I can assure you. I will put another example on the screen of my brother Jason. As you can see again, this motherfucker got a lot of non-negotiables, right? A lot of y'all motherfuckers can't even go to the gym. A lot of y'all motherfuckers can't just not beat your meat. You see how much he has to do on a day-to-day basis to win the motherfucking day. But he goes through on a day-to-day. Check off that bubble, check off that bubble, check off that bubble, check off that motherfucking bubble. Click off Monday. Do it all over again, click off Tuesday. Do it all over again, click off Wednesday. Do it all over again, click out the remaining days of the week. Then he goes to the monthly analysis and he adds how many days he won that week. And at the end of the month, he knows how many days he completed those non-negotiables. As you can see, Jason's first month in 1% Academy, with all of that fucking pain and all of that fucking work on his power list, has a 17 out of 21 completion rate. 80%. And now we have the momentum. Jason, can we get to 85% the next month? Jason, can we get to 90% the next month? Jason, can we get to 100% the next month? But Jason would never know that, and you dweebs are never gonna know that unless you track it and you have an analysis. Jason is a dog! He's up 8 pounds of muscle in a month, about to blow up his personal brand. He's gonna be one of the best online trainers in New York City. I can assure you. Why are you 99% dweeb? Because he completes the non-negotiables on a day-to-day basis and keeps track of them so his perception is not flawed. So he knows we do not drive like, I think my tank is on empty. No! We see on our fucking dashboard how much gas we need and how much we have left. Do the same shit with your life. Because similar to a fucking car, you dweeb, we're on the road to success. We're on the road to be a 1% man. So think and use the analysis so you can see. Are you really locked in? Are you really on your grind? Or are you all fucking talk? Because that monthly analysis, that weekly analysis, and that motherfucking power list is not going to lie. I can assure you. If you are a God looking to maximize every single area of your life, the 6 C's, clout, character, cash, church, charisma, cuts. If you're looking to max out all 6 of those C's and you're ready to take action to make failure impossible and work one-on-one with me and you're hungry, I will put the link in the description to book a call to see if you're a good fit for 1% Academy. Let's fucking go! That's the video for the day. Get some structure and make it impossible to fail, nigga. I want to see all y'all motherfuckers win. Come on!